RIO token. I was looking. I see them talked about a lot in the in Twitter, and they're basically an RWA, which is a real world asset. And I see a lot of comments like this. I'm bullish on RIO 100x coming. So obviously that's piqued my interest. So this is coin market cap. It looks as though they launched in 2020. They had a peak of like 40 million in the previous bull market. They hovered at about 7 or 8 or 20 or 13 or whatever million, and then they crashed to tiny amounts in 22, like really low. And now they're back up at about 4 million market cap or so. So it's quite a low market cap token. They're already in quite a few exchanges. Look, they're on OKX, BingX, MEXC. These are the ones I haven't really heard of. OKX being the biggest one. And yeah, I just wanted to chart them and see where a good entry might be. So I opened up the chart before. So let me have a look at it quickly. So this data doesn't go all the way back, and it's really weird because you can see on the this is OKX. I don't really know how to interpret this. Let me see on CoinGecko if I get more information. Total supply 55 million. They don't have much. They don't have a big supply, huh? All-time high $5.12. All-time low 0.01343. Right? You see that? So I'm just going to mark those out. I'm guessing it's there. Yeah, that looks correct. And that looks correct too. Roughly. Right, let's just go with those two figures. They're almost correct. It says 5.12. What's that? 5.2. I'll just go with the charts. And then what's that? 0.0134. Yeah, I'll just go with these. That's fine. Okay. So let me just mark those. All-time high, all-time low. We obviously have a massive yearly level, but whether we get down to that level or not, I doubt it. Looking at these candles, this looks like a significant level here. And I would say that's an SR flip. We have a liquidity level here. It's a monthly level or 6 monthly level right there. But let me see if I can zoom in to see there. Monthly level there. We have a monthly level down here. One lower down, that's fine. One up there. Maybe it's tapped. A weekly level there. I won't do any more, that's fine. And do the volume. I don't like the volume profile. but it's all at the bottom. This is actually what I was saying about TRVL. You see, when you have this accumulation at the low, when the price moves up, a lot of people are sitting in profit now and they're not selling. That's what I'm seeing right now. You got good volume at the lows, and look, there's no selling now. These people are just sitting comfortably, and I think they're going to wait until the rest of the bull market, the end of the bull market. A lot of people are just basing their trades on timings and time, and they're not too fussed about price. And right now they've accumulated at the lows. I don't like this volume profile at all, but you know, it's quite blocky. To me, it suggests that it wasn't distributed amongst many people. It was just like, oh, that's better. That's a better profile there. Yeah, that's nice. Let's take the whole lot anyway, it doesn't matter. So that's, this monthly level is our value area high. Mark that out. So that's a key level there. And then we're basically within many ranges. I think you can just ignore this lower range for now. And I think we have one range here. So that POC lines up. We have a value area there. Let me see this range here, roughly. It's a little bit higher. And then you've got this previous range here. So with T2, okay, so that's quite interesting. So look, you see that? We're coming up to the previous range value area low. We're under resistance right now. And I'm going to mark that out. And you see the point of control was almost next to it. So there's quite a large resistance here. And if I'm going to now pull a fib, oh look, we're into the golden pocket and into a value area, previous range value area low. We have an SR flip here, higher time frame. But we can get rid of these volumes. I kind of want this line, this SR flip to hold. I think that will be the entry. But I don't think if we get acceptance into this previous range, I don't see any reason why it was going to come back down. We can get acceptance here. Why is it blue? We get acceptance into this previous range. One. So we're in a 3 right now, huh? This is the 3. Oh, let me have a look. That's your 1. That's your 2. And we're in 3. Don't know how far this will get. This could be your wave 1. This whole thing could be your wave 1. So we're kind of halfway through 3 right now, according to this. This is correct. This looks correct. The 1 starts down here because you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't know how far that 5 will go. Could be like that, could be up there, could be lower. Doesn't really matter. Then we're going to have a more kind of, if we have this, if this whole thing is a wave 1, then we have a correction. This whole thing's a wave 1. Then we have an ABC, the wave 2. And that's when our 3 begins. That's the more bullish one, the bigger impulse. And then we have a 4 and a 5, pushing us into, let me get these timings right. Let me get these bull market bands in as well. Okay, now bull market starts roughly here. Ends roughly here. So I've done this a little bit wrong, so let me just do this correctly. Roughly here. So that's your bull market. So this is all wrong. Okay. So let me just do this right. So could we get up to 3 and then we have a 4 and 5? Could that be it? Could that just be it? Could this just be the 3? We correct, and then we have a really crazy 5. Or could this just be the 1? One, 2. This is the weekly though, isn't it? The daily charts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your wave 1. A, B, C. This is the wave 3. I think we're in the wave 3 actually. And then maybe we'll have a correction somewhere. I don't know how. And then we'll have the last wave, which will be a 5. And that'll be it. It looks as though the wave 1 began. Oh my God, look how low it was in October. Shit. It's only a few months ago. So we've basically, from a few months ago, we are already a 45x. 45x. And most of these people are sitting in profit. Most of these people who bought down here are sitting in profit. And they're already, if you came into the high of November, you're at 11x on your investment, 11x, and you haven't, the profit hasn't been taken from this. It'd be very difficult to buy this without some significant TP, you know, very difficult. Unless this is the one, and we're about to see a 2 correction, think that I'd prefer that. And then we have a 3. We have a bit of a correction. And then you have your 4, 5. And the reason why I say this is because we've already come up so much and we haven't seen profits taken. I can't see any profits being taken. And we're coming into resistance now. How can this be halfway through 3 when we're just approaching resistance? Maybe, look, maybe it's a 1. 2, 3, 4, 5. That would work too. Let me recolor that. So you see the difference. That's your 1, that's your first impulse. 2, correction. 3, that's the real move of the wave 1. That's already like a 20x. That makes sense. Then you have like, and your wave 5 is, oh my god, it's a 5x. So that's your wave 1 complete, and now we're looking for a wave 2 correction. I think this makes sense because now we're coming into the golden pocket, higher time frame. We haven't really seen much profit taken from all of these longs or these lows. They're still sitting in large amounts of profit. I kind of want to see them take profit, and I want to see the volume increase, and I want to see a key level held before I would be willing to enter. Couldn't just jump in right now. We're just underneath major resistance in this previous range. And we're not really, you know, like we're kind of coming back into this golden pocket. When I zoom in, see it's kind of falling back under. It's not looking strong. Yeah. Hold on a second. I was in a trade in Bitcoin and I didn't like it. It wasn't going anywhere. I just closed it. It really wasn't going anywhere. I closed it at break even. Just whatever. It was taking too long. You see this rally? Look at this. Look at this rally. That's done now. We're in consolidation now. That's your wave 5. And this looks like a 5 wave on the wave 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. And then you have this whole 1, 2, ABC. That looks correct. And so we have to see how this consolidates now. And I think we're looking at a wave 2 consolidation for a larger wave 3 impulse, probably when Bitcoin finds some strength, probably. And where would you want a good entry? Well, as low as possible. No. That's what you want. You want a good entry as low as possible. Bull market. Get rid of some of these lines so we can clear up the chart. It's better. So I think we're in resistance now, and I don't think it's a good place to buy. I think best case scenario for is going to be the golden pocket. So let me have a look at that now. This magnet tool worked. Assuming that this is the high here, this high holds, then we're looking basically to come all the way back to test the neckline of this inverse head and shoulders, which is what we're experiencing now, this breakout. Could it come all the way back down there? Yes, it could. It's very possible. You'd have to lose this range first, but really maybe you wouldn't lose it. Maybe you would come back into the low there. I think this would be like the best entry if you were to get that, but I don't see that happening because you've got this higher time frame value area high and the monthly level here. So realistically, I think it's a lot more realistic that as the lowest we get will be this. Hold on. This 382. That would be bullish as well, huh? If it came back into this 382 somehow. You have a monthly level and the value area high. You're kind of coming back into this range, but maybe as soon as you leave it, that would be confirmation. You could accumulate there, and that would be where you're looking for a wave 3. I think that would make sense, huh? The only problem is that you're losing this SR flip that I've drawn. But you get a better entry. So you have to see how the price behaves. Do you get a flat correction? You know, do you get like a flat correction and hold this SR flip to go up? Or do you get kind of like a little deeper correction and then it goes up like that? You have to see how this corrects. I do think, and I think we're quite overextended now. From the lows to where we are now, we're already at 51x. I think that's quite healthy for wave 1. And if you look, most of the volume came in the lows and the volume hasn't left. So I think I want to see a little bit of profit taking to bring this price down. You know, you want the people to take profit. You want to see where the price settles after people have taken profit. You don't want to buy as people are taking profit. That's really important. And so you kind of want to see some profit taking, and I can't see that right now. The reason why you can't see profit taking is because people are ultra bullish and it's a low market cap, or maybe it's a long hold, or maybe they're just waiting until the end of the market. Who knows? But ultimately, the reason why people aren't taking profit is because it still looks bullish. As soon as it looks bearish, people are going to start taking profit. And I think for this to start looking bearish, you just have to start closing underneath this low and coming down. I think people will start taking profit, and then the price will drop. Yeah. And then you'll have a better entry once the price settles down or we see some kind of correction. And I think that, as far as I'm concerned, because this whole structure is a wave 1, if I bring the EW, this whole structure is a wave 1. This 2 could correct all the way down. As long as it doesn't make a new low, it would be correct. It would be, as far as Elliott waves are concerned, it would be fine. It could correct as far, you know, wherever it wants. But I think it would make sense to correct to here, which is a monthly level, it's a value area high, and it's the 382 on this fib retracement that I've just drawn. Assuming this high holds, that would be a really good point of confluence. So I think that's kind of where I'd be looking to accumulate this. And then obviously your target would be the all-time high and above. Actually, the all-time high would mean a shorter 3. If you probably you're looking for a longer 3, possibly. Who knows? But at the very least, you'll be looking to get back to the all-time high. So if you can enter at the value area high of this previous range, if you lose it and reclaim it, that would be the best entry. A loss of this value area high, and then a reclaiming of the value area of the high as a support. That's your best entry because you have a really small invalidation. And then you're looking at a really amazing trade because you could go all the way to the all-time high, and that's a 17x right there. And that would be, you're trading the wave 3 now. You want to see a wave 2 to correct this wave 1 of the higher time frame Elliott wave, and then you're looking for a wave 3 to correct, assuming you get a correction down there. Unless if you get a flat, that would be different. I think if you saw a flat correction, we'd have to reevaluate this in a couple of months' time. Hold on a second. Oh, it's mute, isn't it? I just unmuted it. Okay. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Sometimes I mute it because I get a phone call and I just forget to mute. It's so stupid. Sorry about that. And for some reason, like my live chat, I can't see it. I hate when people call me. They call me a lot. Oh, there you are. Can't hear your voice. Craig Shot Gaming. Majid. Right, now I see the live chat. I wasn't even able to see it. That's the problem. Right, now I see it. All right, sorry about that. So basically, I'll cut that out because I'll be able to see in the video when I make that it was there was no sound. Basically, what I just did is I created this parallel channel of these two lows, and I kind of lined up the top roughly to where I think it looks like it could form. And you see what I'm saying. You see here, it bounces until it resists. It comes down to the midpoint until it loses it. If it comes to the bottom, and it doesn't get to the top here, but that doesn't matter. I wouldn't mind us to come back down to test this lower channel, and that would be the 382 of this extension, assuming that this EW, this Elliott wave, is correct. And so what I'm seeing right now is a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the reason why I think this could be the end of the 5 is because we're into resistance now, which is the value area low of this previous range and the golden pocket of the whole range, right? And we're already overextended, but from these lows, we're already up about 65x or something. And when I looked at the volume profile, a lot of people haven't taken profit yet. And I think you want people to take profit before you enter. You wouldn't just enter. You're entering into resistance now. You're entering when people haven't taken profit now. That's not a sound plan. The best idea would be for us to form a wave 2 on this higher time frame. So if this whole 5 wave is one wave to go up, then we're looking for a wave 2, which would be some sort of ABC correction. I don't know how it's going to form, but let's just say it's something like that, roughly. And then if we can get like some kind of, we'd have to lose this value area high of this lower range to get down to this lower channel. But what I've got there is a 382 of this total range, which would be a bullish entry. And also on these higher time frame levels, I've got this monthly level which I've marked out. Let me bring it into my long trade, this one. This monthly level. And so what a monthly level is when you take the monthly candles, when you look at the monthly candles, let me just hide these, and you see this red candle here, and it squares off of this green candle to go up. That's where it squares off, where at the close of that red and the open of that green, that's a level. It's called a monthly level. And that's a high liquidity area where people, bigger traders, will put their limit orders. And basically, I would love to go down there, put my limit orders, and for it to hit this parallel channel which I've drawn as well. Now on the monthly level, monthly time frame, it doesn't look right. You'd have to zoom in to see what it looks like on the daily time frame. And on the daily time frame, this parallel channel would look right, because you have these two lows which you've connected, right? That would be best case scenario. I think for most people that would be really good, because you're getting a higher time frame fib with a liquidity level, with a back test of this channel, which we know is acting as a trend line, and you've already corrected. You've done your ABC correction, so you know that profit's been taken out of the market enough for you to enter, getting ready for a wave 3. And a wave 3s are usually the bullish ones, so they could go quite fast and quite far. That's kind of what I'm looking at. If you can't get a deeper correction on the C, it would still be nice to get it at somewhere along this lower trend line. I think it would be nice to test that trend line, because it matches quite nicely here. It would be nice to catch the price on that trend line somewhere along the way. It doesn't have to, this could be more flat. It doesn't have to be so deep. And it could just be a back test of one of these highs. You know, it could be like that as well. But I think I would love to catch this when the price hits that trend line. I think that would be really nice. But obviously the best entry is going to be this one that I have here. But the thing about these trades is they may not, you may have the most amazing trade, and it may not happen because the price just doesn't come to the place that you want to enter at the right time. The timing is important. So I think I would love to catch this where it hits this bottom line. And obviously as time passes, the line comes higher and higher and higher. You're not going to get a great price, but you will buy it on support. The invalidation is easy with these kinds of trend lines, because you don't expect the price to lose the trend line. And if you do lose it, then as soon as it comes back, you have to exit, because that's a failed trade. You just have to walk away from it, because that's not what you're expecting. If you come back, wherever the price is, it comes back to this trend line, you're expecting it to hold and to continue. You're not expecting the price to, wherever it is, to come back to lose it. You're not gonna, it'll come back to, it'll give you one chance to escape a break even before continuing. And then if it does some kind of crazy V shape, then you still have a chance to get back in on the retest. Yeah, these trend lines are really nice because they're not very difficult to, because you have an invalidation.